I'm Rich Turner, Aviation Program Manager for the state of Vermont. Aviation is a vital component of Vermont's transportation network and an important part of our state's economy. In order to understand and measure the relationship of Vermont's 17 public-use airports to the economy, the Vermont Agency of Transportation undertook a study of the economic impacts of Vermont's aviation industry. And the results are clear. Our system of airports serves as an economic engine for Vermont's economy. We must keep it strong and thriving.
This study defines the relationship between aviation's transportation and economic roles and estimates the contribution which civil aviation makes to our economy. In total, civil aviation generates over $600 million in annual economic activity, nearly 9,570 jobs for state residents, and more than $225 million in payroll for those employees. We measured 3 types of airport economic impacts: those that support aviation and take place at the airport, those that are dependent on aviation or support aviation and usually take place off the airport, and the subsequent impact of those dollars in the community. First, we measured the business activity at the airport. This included spending and revenues of airlines, airport management, the FAA, fixed base operators, and the like. But it also took into account other expenditures and revenues that affected the local economy, such things as aircraft maintenance, flight schools, airport concessions, rental cars, and employee payroll. Second, we looked at business activity that depends on the airport but doesn't take place at the airport. This includes the spending by visitors who arrive via the airport and spend money on hotels and motels, restaurants, and other tourist facilities and services. The study also includes revenues and expenditures generated by companies that rely on the airports to do business, to ship goods, to bring in clients, and to fly out to do business. And finally, we calculated the spin-off effect. The spin-off effect is used to describe how money generated by the airport is spent for goods and services in the local community. The sum of all these creates the total economic impact that aviation has on each local area served by the airport and on the state as a whole.
Hi, I'm Molly Lambert, former Secretary of Commerce for the state of Vermont and currently President of the Vermont Captive Insurance Association. Burlington International Airport is critical to our state's ability to do business. Here in Vermont, we have a variety of industries that rely on this airport for moving people and goods. With its commercial service at competitive prices, Burlington International serves Vermont, Northern New York, and areas of Quebec. It's the 6th largest airport in New England. We are lucky to be a nonstop flight away from many of our most desired destinations, or one stop to almost anywhere in the world. Burlington International Airport is a vital asset to Vermont businesses and their clients.
General aviation activity at the state's 17 public-use airports includes charter and air taxi service, corporate flights, emergency, safety, and law enforcement public service flights, as well as access for individual aircraft. The Vermont State Police, together with the Army National Guard and the Civil Air Patrol, provide emergency medical evacuation, saving many lives each year through quick removal and transfer of patients. Other assignments include such varied activities as search and rescue missions and surveillance flights. The Department of Agriculture engages in aerial applications to control mosquitoes throughout the state. Vermont's Department of Forests, Parks, and Recreation conducts aerial surveys and digital mapping. The Department of Fish and Wildlife has a medicated bait drop program to control rabies. And the Tax Department does orthophoto tax mapping and valuation from the air. Vermont's general aviation state airports provide local residents and businesses accessible, high-quality aviation facilities for both corporate and recreational flying.
I'm Craig Boddesy, manager of the William H. Morse State Airport in Bennington, Vermont. We're a general aviation airport. We offer our customers aircraft maintenance and fuel. And we have an on-demand charter service for freight. The airport has 56 employees directly related to aviation. We have quite a few tenants who do business throughout Vermont and around the region. There are a lot of businesses in the area that rely on us for shipping goods around Vermont, New England, and the country. In addition, we know that businesses look to airports when they think about expanding or locating businesses in Vermont. so there's a lot of contribution to the economy. You also have to consider the convenience we provide to business people who need to get to places that don't make sense by scheduled airline. We use an air taxi service that can get them to a meeting in Boston, Portland, or New York by 8 in the morning and have them back for supper that night. That's important to some people, and they couldn't do it without us.
All airports provide valuable transportation services to industries and firms located in their service areas. Proximity to an airport increases business opportunities within Vermont by permitting efficient, cost-effective travel and providing Vermont businesses with access to the worldwide market. Airports also provide a gateway for the state's vital tourism business. Vermont's 17 public-use airports welcome more than 300,000 visitors per year. These visitors spend over $107 million annually. Airports are a good example of the public and private sectors working together to provide services and to facilitate economic growth. The Vermont Agency of Transportation, through its Maintenance and Aviation Division, assists in airport development.
There are 17 public-use airports in Vermont, 10 of which are state-owned. The agency's mission is to work cooperatively to anticipate and meet the need for the movement of people and goods in a safe and cost-effective, environmentally sensitive and timely manner. As part of this, we have an active aviation education program that includes aviation career education camps at various airports in the state. A thriving system of airports is critical to preserving and improving an integrated transportation system that supports the Vermont way of life.
Aviation supports the entire economy: agriculture, tourism, manufacturing, and many other industries. In addition, the aviation industry consumes Vermont state goods and services. And these benefits are not just located at the airports. The benefits of aviation are felt in every county and every community. 9,570 Vermonters owe their jobs, directly or indirectly, to the aviation industry. These workers are paid more than $225 million each year. As everyone in the state benefits from aviation, continued public support for the state's airports is good public policy and a smart investment in Vermont's present and future. For more information on aviation in Vermont, contact the Vermont Agency of Transportation.